Yo guys, Vision here, back with more Minecraft content. Today's episode number 21, we'll go into detail on the Elytra in Minecraft, providing everything you need to know about how to find one, tips and tricks of using one, details about end cities, as well as sharing experiences from my gameplay for the first time in playing Minecraft Survival in over 10 years. So, on that note, let's get right into it. So I guess first things first, I think we can all agree that the Elytra is one of, if not the greatest thing that was ever added into Minecraft Survival. Once you unlock this in Survival, it makes everything 10 times easier, from exploring around your world, traveling between your base or your friends or your local villages, traversing the end, which is of course where you find the Elytra, and so on. I could go on with how incredible this thing is, to be honest. It's, to me, the single biggest game changer once you obtain it, saving you so much time and providing you a whole new aspect to enjoying Minecraft. Now, firstly, how do you obtain one? Episodes 13 and 14 show you the Stronghold, what they are, how you get to the end, and episode 14 is the end, how you defeat the dragon, and so on. So if you guys are new to Minecraft, or you're a returning player like myself who played back in the day but haven't played for quite a while, go check those episodes out because they should massively help you out with guides on how to find an end Stronghold, how to defeat the dragon, and then how to explore the outer biomes in the end. Now, if you do know that, like I said, once you defeat the dragon, you need to explore the outer end biomes and islands to find end cities with a 1 in 3 chance of finding an end ship, basically also known as a pirate ship, which contains the Elytras. They are literally sat inside an item frame at the bottom deck of the ship. Once you have it, you can put the mending and unbreaking enchantments on to make it last a lot longer, and effectively means it won't break. And if you do have it break on you whilst flying, which it has happened to me before, you will just fall to the floor. And to repair it, you will need phantom membranes, which is of course what you obtain by killing phantoms. That will come alongside every time you stay awake for like 3 nights in a row, so just bear that in mind in case you guys want to repair them, or of course you can just go and find more in the end cities. Now, as for some tips that I've learned along the way when using this, firstly, don't dive too deep into the ground. I've seen people use this for the first time and just go straight into the ground and literally take full damage and die due to taking damage. Feather falling is really good and a great tip I would suggest on your boots when using an Elytra. Generally just anyways in survival, especially on hardcore worlds. Spin around when you're going to the ground or sort of approaching it any way where you want to slow down. Spin around literally on a spot in circle and you'll literally come to a stop really safely and smoothly. Or lean up. If you're going at a long glide, just start leaning or pulling up, and slowly you will gradually come to the ground, and that way you can sort of fall down slowly, in case you guys are new to using these and you haven't done it as well. And also, please try and avoid flying into walls or structures. You will take so much damage when flying into any of these things, especially, like I said, if you're on hardcore and you're flying around. If you're not comfortable with using this thing, maybe take some practices in more open plains, go up to a little hilltop and just start practicing how to glide down. That's sort of my advice. But if you're comfortable with this thing, it really is incredible to be able to traverse the sort of the nether. It's really good to travel around the end, all of these sort of things. Once you get the Elytra, that's the hardest part, because getting the Elytra, you don't have one obviously, so when you got to go around the end with all of the floating islands, you need so many blocks, and you sometimes have to travel thousands of blocks in order to find your first end ship. For me, I was really lucky. We ended up finding it quite early in our world, and then it just, from there on out, you can just start gliding around, finding all of the end cities, where of course you find the ridiculous amount of loot. Now remember, you are weaker when you have an Elytra on as well. I almost never take mine off, and it's a bit silly because when you start things like raids or trial chambers or mine shafts and you go in there and you go in deep without a chest piece, you are very likely to die, especially, like I said, if you're on a hardcore world or on a hard world. It is ridiculously difficult when you're playing in these sort of environments, so make sure you bring a chest piece or don't bring your Elytra when you're going on these long adventures, especially if it's your only one that you have and you don't have any spares, because you will massively miss this thing if you lose your only one. And then if you have to go back to the end and try and travel on foot and find one all over again, I promise you, you're going to massively regret losing it. So make sure you play safe and sensible and try and get as many as you can whilst you have it. But of course, once you get your first Elytra, you're not going to have unbreaking on it, which means it will break fairly quickly. So it is a good advice to bring any of these unbreaking books with you and an anvil, or take it back to your base, regather, regroup, and then go back into the end when you're ready to start exploring the end cities and all that sort of stuff. Like I said, episode 14 went over the end in a lot more detail, so if you guys need to check out any details or you need to remind yourself on the end, check the description in this video, because they are both linked in the description for the Stronghold and the end. But if you guys have enjoyed the video, as always, do not forget to like and subscribe, and comment down below if you have any tips or tricks that you've learned along the way with using an Elytra that can help returning players like myself or brand new players to Minecraft. I've been Vision SGN. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.